Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here at 3TG, and I'm here to give you another episode of my weekly Q&A to help people's questions, where I answer a series of questions that have been sent to me over the past week. Before I get into you guys' questions, I just have a couple little announcements to make. For one, if you happen to hear that kind of fan noise, that's because it is really hot in my room here, and the air conditioning, for whatever reason, no one wants to turn it on, so it unfortunately has my console on, so that's the fan, and it's updating right now, so if you hear that noise, that's what it is. And like always, I just want to thank everyone who sent in your questions, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and press the subscribe button if you happen to like this video and like to see more of my content. This episode was pretty straightforward, nothing too out of the ordinary. I think we had like 5 questions, so I don't think that's too bad. However, there was one that stood out that I really enjoyed. So starting off with the first question coming from Phantom Sidious, and you want to know, what is my opinion on Clone Wars Season 7 overall, and where do I hope the Star Wars Animated Universe goes next? Overall, I thought the Season 7 was a good way to send it off. I did not like the second arc. The first arc with the Bad Bunch was great. The second one, I didn't really care about. The third one, when we actually get to the end of the Clone Wars and Order 66 and Ahsoka Tano trying to hunt down and find Darth Maul, that was probably some of the best Clone War episodes ever. Great way to tie in with Revenge of the Sith. Great way to see a different perspective of events that I'm already familiar with. So yeah, overall, I thought the Season 7 was great. Minus the second arc, I could have done without that. And yeah, where do I think it'll go next? I don't know where you could go with it next, to be honest. I mean, like, where would you go? Like, we've already done Rebels. Rebels takes place after Clones and before Episode 4, and it kind of leads up into Rogue One. I think they already did something in between Episodes 6 and 7, kind of, with Resistance, which I didn't like, so I don't know where you could go with it, to be fair, but hopefully it's just entertaining and good. Next question comes from Brady Burke. You want to know, if Days Gone gets a sequel, which it probably will, how expansive should it be? I think all it needs to do is just give us a different area to explore. I mean, we had a pretty good area to explore in terms of the setting, but it'd be nice to travel to other states or or visit like a big city, something like that. I think something like that would work really, really good into the expansion, especially if we get to learn more about the virus, especially with that hanger ending that we got from the last game. Next question comes from GOG, and you want to know, how would I recreate the Metal Gear 2 fight between Solid Snake and Big Boss? I'd get rid of the hairspray and the lighter, and I will probably make it something that Solid Snake kind of uses what Big Boss has taught him against him in some way, and him to be a little more creative. I mean, obviously, if Big Boss is fighting Solid Snake, and he knows he trained him, then Solid Snake kind of has to know that he needs to do something that he himself created, because then Big Boss would not be expecting that. Big Boss, because he has trained this person, knows how he should think, knows what he's capable of, knows his capabilities, but in that time span between Metal Gears 1 and 2, Solid Snake had to have developed something of his own, something that only he knew, something he developed, and he needs to use that to take down Big Boss, who at that point was definitely well past his physical prime and combative prime, but still pretty dangerous. So that's kind of how I would do it. Next question comes from Siri Nice 7 Red Guilty, and you want to know, do I think Singularity has one of the greatest concepts for first-person shooter game using the time travel aspect? Yes, I really do. That is a very, very underrated game. I absolutely love its setting. I absolutely love its use of time travel. I absolutely love its use of time, or manipulation of time as a weapon. I thought that was fantastic. It's just a shame that not a lot of people know much about that game. Heck, that would be a game I would love to stream. So I think maybe at the next poll I'll make that an option. If people want to see me play Singularity, I would be more happy to do that. And the last question of the episode comes from the Batman of Neo Gotham, and you want to know, what are my favorite kind of questions that I like to be asked regarding Q&A series? What do I like? Something that has depth, like I've always said. But mainly, I wouldn't mind getting questions in which you guys ask me things about me personally. I don't mind. I mean, as long as it's not too deep, I don't mind answering questions. It's one thing that for you guys to understand where I stand on certain topics or certain opinions, but I think it's even better if you ask questions that allow you guys to get to know me more as a person. Because chances are I'll never have the opportunity to get to meet all of you individually, and I'm definitely kind of the person who likes to if heck, trust me, if I had the time and money, I would love to travel around the country, you know, if minus the quarantine and the virus, to get to know all of you guys, to spend some time and hang out and just get to know you guys as real friends. But the best I can do is just an opportunity to get you guys to understand who I am as a person. And trust me, there's very few topics that I don't want. I wouldn't mind talking about. So I think those type of questions are definitely the type that I like to enjoy the most, because heck, they're not questions that are just quick answers. I actually like to go in depth, because I would love to get you guys to know me a little bit more as best as possible. Because I'm a man of very, very good details that likes to go as in detail as possible. So heck, the more information you guys know about me, the better. I think the closer we can be as friends. And with that, those are the main questions I think that were good enough for the video. I'd like to thank the 5 of you that sent them in, as well as everyone's questions that I answered in the comment section of the last video. If you happen to have any more questions you'd like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below. Make sure you get to enter me roughly around Wednesday before I start filming the next episode. And before I go, I would just like to let you guys know that I am taking more requests for top list videos and worst to best series, because I think I have like maybe only one more video of that kind that I had on my original list. So heck, I'm open to all kinds of ideas, because I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but my Assassin's Creed ranking video has really blown up. So I think doing videos that are like ranking videos like that, or doing top list videos, I think that is really been a main factor as for why the channel has really grown as quickly as it has, and I'd like to keep that going. So if you guys have any ideas you think that would definitely make for a good worst to best series list, whether we're doing it in the traditional style or the tier list style or just a top 5 list video, if you guys have any ideas, be sure to share them with me in the comments down below as well. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next week.